Yo, 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 what's going on, family? It's your boy Justin here again with another video. We got a big one today. We caught a nasty trade on US30 today. So I wanted to take a few moments to go over this with each other, just so you guys could have some understanding on why we took this trade during our New York live session and the thought process behind it as well, right? But US30 is a beast, and I'm gonna teach you guys the proper way on how to trade US30. So with that being said, let's go ahead and just dive in on the charts. What we're gonna do is I'm going to just full screen this. So this was the analysis. This is the analysis for the setup. And before you little trolls in the comments start saying this, that, and the third, this was our trade. This was our entry. I just grabbed a screenshot from our Instagram from it. But really crazy snipe. What I wanted to do is I wanted to start you guys through the beginning to the end of the thought process, the entry, how it all kind of came to be, right? So what we're going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and pull up a brand new US30 chart right here, and I'm going to just start walking you through it. One thing I do need to add is this moving average convergence divergence. All right, give me one sec. It's my favorite indicator. At least one of them. All right, sweet. So from a higher time frame perspective, we have been kind of going sideways on US30. Now, a lot of you want to trade US30. A lot of you want to get to the point where you're really successful with it. But this is a different breed of machine when it comes down to US30. Now, the first thing I want you guys to understand is you have to create the habit and the ability to recognize things with your eyes, recognize patterns, right? Especially with indices. US30 particular, what I noticed was this. On the higher time frame, it's kind of a choppy, channel-y market, right? We kind of chopping in between these two channels and price. You could say it's kind of just uptrending a little bit. Overall, we're bullish, but we're really in a slow sideways kind of range. Now, what I did was, first things first, was I started scaling down to the lower time frames. Me personally, I like to trade the 5-minute when it comes down to looking at US30. So what was the first thing I did? I started looking at what price was doing. And the biggest thing that I would say when it came down to identifying this specific setup was, obviously timing is a huge one, right? I mean, we timed this market right here at this low, and we'll get to that, but you got to look left to trade right. So what does that really mean? It means this. It means overall we needed to understand our structure. So we're making higher highs and higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Didn't necessarily make a higher high here, but we did make a series of lows there, higher highs, and that's where price was currently at. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to throw the replay tool on just so I can give you guys the understanding, because when we came to the charts, this is what the market looked like, right? Now, first things first, when it came down to understanding this specific setup, was just understanding how the structure had been moving up to this point. We're experiencing very deep retracements on all these pairs. Every time, or not all these pairs, but on all these pullbacks, I'm sorry. What I was seeing was price was making higher highs and higher lows, and every time price would pull back, we were having these very deep retracements, like almost like 88.6, 90% retracements. So that was the first thing. The second thing was understanding where our ranges were, right? So that's a range. This is a range. This technically is not a range because it didn't break a new high, but this was the low that was put in from this previous high, so this is why I was counting it. And it didn't break that previous low. Now, once we came up to this level of price, my thought process was this. It was literally as simple as this. I said, right? I said, US30 just keeps on making these very, very deep retracements. As you guys can see, I just marked these off. US30 just kept making these deep retracements. On the live stream, on the session, I was just marking these off. I was marking this off, and this off, and this off, and this off, instead of drawing all these boxes like I'm doing for you guys now. But I came up to this very last one. And when I came up to this very last one, I was just like, hey, this is that last specific movement down before price really shot up. So as price kind of came closer to this, I scaled down to the 1 minute. When I scaled down to the 1 minute, prior to, the replay tool went a little bit faster than what I wanted. But as price started coming down up into this range, what I noticed was, one, I had a little bit of a higher time frame. Even though it's only the 5 minute, it was a little bit of a higher time frame zone. And then I had a lower time frame divergence, right? Divergence is when the price action and the strength in the market are showing you two different things, opposites. And all we did from there was we slapped on our RR tool. We put our risk at the low. And then we looked for targets, right? We looked for upside targets. And in this case, I liked this area up here because there's all these highs. They haven't necessarily been taken out. I put the TP somewhere up here. And I mean, from there, we had our key timings and pricing, right? Now, indices open at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? I don't know where you're at in the world, but you got to understand your timing. So in Texas, it's 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. In the East Coast, it's 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wherever you're at in the world, all you have to know is it's 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if we look at this, let me change this time zone. I'm just going to change it to New York because that's Eastern. As we look at this, what I want you guys to understand is, hey, this was our 9:20 a.m. candle. Do you guys see that down there at the bottom? It says 9:20 a.m., right? So we took our entry. The thing was with a very, very deep extension and deep retracement and coming down into this range, my thought process was okay, all the weak-handed sellers are probably going to be selling down into this range, right? This isn't a nice channel or anything like that, but all the weak-handed sellers are coming in to try to catch the sell on this because they want to catch the move even though it's already pretty much done and dusted, right? They want to catch some part of the move. So weak-handed sellers are coming into the end of this range. The next thought process I had was, hey, we're about to open with price. So as price opened up, almost instantly, here was the 9:20 a.m. candle. Here was the 9:25 a.m. candle. Let me zoom in for you guys. 9:20, 9:25, and then boom, 9:30 entered us in. And literally off that 9:30 a.m. candle, we were already up probably 1,200 plus pips from our entry. It was 1,400 plus pips from our entry, right? Now, the thing about US30 is once it picks its directional bias for the day, it's going to just keep going and going and going and going and going and going and so on and so forth, right? And then we come to kind of where we're at now, where prices pulled back a little bit, whatever. Even though we didn't get, I don't know exactly what the TP was. Even though we didn't get exactly there, we pretty much got almost exactly where we wanted it. And we had already partialed out majority of our positions. So when it comes down to it, trading US30 doesn't necessarily need to be hard. All you have to really do is correlate two things. You want to correlate your zones and you want to correlate your timing. If US30 is lining up and you're in a nice structural range, example, this range right here, and you have a very strong, you have a strong low, and let's say you have a weak high. If you're trading in this range, it doesn't matter how deep of a retracement you get. It doesn't matter if price just comes and retraces so deep. As long as we hold the low, what I want you guys to understand is as long as that low is held, we have to assume that we're bullish. And by assuming that we're bullish using that supply and demand zone down here, order block, whatever you want to call it, using the timing confluence, and then using divergence at our entry, we were able to catch this crazy ass move, and it did right about 2,000 pips, did 1,900 pips, depending on if you're trading futures or whatever. It did 190 points, 119 points, I'm sorry. But all in all, 194 points. I'm sorry, I was looking at the real-time thing. But overall, this is just a quick setup, right? We're taking setups like this every day when it comes down to the TradeStar close friends. So guys, if you're not aware or anything, TradeStar close friends, this is our community, our signal trade idea group, and our live trading sessions. So whether you like to take signals, we got signals. Whether you like to hop on live trading sessions, we got that as well. And then whether you want to just be a part of an active, lively community of other traders that are getting to it just like you can do so. So here's some of the features when it comes down to it. And then whenever you're actually in the back end of your product, you can go into the courses section, and then you can go back and watch all the previous Zooms. So this one was 33 minutes. This one was actually from today. So you can go back and watch it. So it's pretty handy. It's pretty cool. We're having a great time here. If you enjoyed this simple breakdown of US30 today, go ahead and leave us a like, comment, subscribe. Show the channel some love. The more love we get, the more content we're going to make for you guys. And, the biggest thing we want you guys to understand is that trading doesn't necessarily need to be hard. It's going to be hard if you make it hard. But if you keep it simple, you can have a really fun, enjoyable time by just keeping it super simple, right? But if you make it too hard on yourself, you're going to have a bad time. At the end of the day, we're here to provide value, give you guys insights, trade recaps, education. And whether you're a part of our paid community or whether you want to be a free member in our Discord, feel free to join. We have a section for people that just want to be basic members, right? Get the masterclass plus the basic Discord access, whatever the case may be. But once again, guys, at the end of the day, we're really excited for the content we're bringing to the marketplace. We're going to keep on pushing out cool content. If you guys want to be a part of the community, amazing. If you want to be a part of the free community, amazing. If you want to just watch YouTube videos, that's amazing too, right? But at the end of the day, we're going to keep on bringing the best quality content in the sense of value that we can. And we're having a lot of fun doing this, so we hope you guys have a lot of fun too. Please leave a comment what you think about the video. If you like the video, what type of content would you like to see? Would you like to see more lifestyle stuff? Would you like to see more education? Would you like to see more recaps? Just let us know, and then we'll start seeing what you guys want, and we'll make more of it. But once again, guys, like, comment, subscribe. All of our links are in the bio. But with that being said, that wraps it up. I appreciate y'all watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.